welcome back to another episode of Frostpunk. Turns out, hope doesn't burn as long as coal, so it's time to suck the earth dry of that sweet, sweet oil. Stay tuned to this episode as we get our first oil derricks online. So, this time, I did good and made sure to update the Fahrenheit. +1 in my favor there. In our last episode, we really kind of started establishing our colony and our foothold on this old dreadnought, which had all of that oil that we can use in our main base here. So one thing that I did notice in between episodes was that it did use a core in order to expand into this dreadnought area. And in the last episode, we started to frost break our way towards some of this oil. That way we can fire up the generator and really start to bring this online. So we do have this black gold quest here in the upper left and 28 weeks of coal left. So we'll need to make sure that we get this online as soon as possible. Extraction zone. That's a burial ground. Really? Did I not see that when I first... What? So because of the decision I took, I actually can't build there. So I think we'll need to frost break over into this area and then might as well just push our way down there in order to get some of these houses. We'll frost break there. There's no food, it looks like. So that'll cause a little bit of a problem. Can't really frost break there until we've generated that area. Do we have anything over here? Food additives, heat recycling. Yeah, that's all just the same stuff. Old Dreadnought, New London. Oh, that's pretty cool. So I do need to get the generator, the furnace set up and going before his next cold snap, because I don't think that this colony will be able to survive without it. Let's hope that this is free and clear for us to build. Come on. Let's speed that time up. What do we got over here? Life support, Stewart. While civilians are grateful for our commitment to provide basic necessities for free, it seems to have made some a bit carefree. My dad broke his back in the mine, and for what? Some meager rations, a poor quality lamp, and a pat on the back. I get the first ones for free, and I don't need a pat, said a youngster who spends his days playing his jerry-build guitar. Some Great Storm survivors are lamenting that work and responsibility are losing their meaning and ask to condition free essentials to performing a minimum amount of work. So that is the... one of the big concerns of socialism is the fact that if you're given everything for free, people aren't going to work. You're not going to have those billionaires, those inventors, Bill Gates, Steve Jobs, those types of people, because their work isn't being relegated to it. Or, pardon me, isn't being rewarded. But layabouts will return to work, less effective at increasing trust. Yeah, I think we can demand some work. And I think that's totally fine. Let's see. So I've got to go goods. I've got housing. I need... Oh, I've got materials. Okay. I don't have the workers in the main colony, so we'll go back to the Dreadnought. And continue to build this out. And hopefully this won't have dead folks floating it. Yes. Amazing. Okay. Alright, hurry up and build. I should have oil online by the time it does get cold again. There's the oil online. Alright, we've clicked it on. Stockpile is 100% full. Okay. So let's figure out how we do this transfer now. Go to locations. Send people, resource transfer. So we'll send 50. We are break even on that, so we'll transfer oil back home. It is enough to really start stockpiling a little bit. There's no building slot that we can truly do there. I need to build some homes in this new area. So, can't just do that. Let's try to frost break down there real quick like. Okay, so what was it, this one? What kind of transfers do we got? We got plenty of food kicking around. The graveyard. Probably due to an unknown sea current. This area is full of old wrecks. That sounds pretty interesting. And doesn't look like I'm really going to hurt anybody. I need more bodies. We do have bodies. 93% growth here. 94. She's about to get cold. We're about to run out of coal. Body snatching from the teaching hospital. This is a decision that just keeps on giving. Steward, several distressed families have complained that the graves of their loved ones has been desecrated and their bodies stolen. It's those damned quacks from the teaching hospital. Everybody knows they buy bodies from grave robbers to perform their odious experiments, shouted a famous or furious man. My wife deserved better. He broke down. While the public opinion demands you crack down on the corpse stealing ring, it is a fact that the lack of available bodies will hinder their research. I don't have guards. Crime is marginally... Well, I'm forced into that one there. I don't have the ability to actually do anything with no guards. Let's see. If we kick it up to 3 times speed, at least until I get people. We got extraction district, salvaging factory. Alright. You are dry of coal there. I need to get more oil online and pumping towards Can I push you down to here? So close. They're gonna really be my oil front. I certainly need more than 75 oil in order to... Well, mine outpost about depleted. So we did get much colder. We are back to negative 40 Fahrenheit. You have +5. Alright, what's New London complaining about? Trapper, sparing a baby seal. Sorry, little one. I had to take your mother. It was her time, but you're too small for my pile now. Would be a shame to deprive you of your life for so little meat. Go on. Back in the water with you. One day we'll meet again. And I'll spare your children as I spared you today. The city has made steps towards the adaptation of a cornerstone. I like the fact that they're thinking long term. Yeah, I do not have any more soil here, which is not good. Food's going to be running low soon. So if we zoom in, food districts. Let's take this one here. We don't even have houses enough for everybody. So we have notable tension again. We're going to go over to our... into our honey pot of oil over here. Extraction. Not quite there yet. Can't do anything. Okay. Just bleeding a little bit of time here. Okay. I've got plenty of heat stamps. I really don't. Asbestos. I think this makes the most sense. Get the pump jacks, let it run by itself, not have to bring too many people in. We do not have enough. Got 7 days. Is that gonna fail? No more coal. Our last mine has run dry. We've extracted all the coal in New London. The city must now rely entirely on the fuel from the Frostland. We need to find a long-term solution fast. Which I think we have. Okay. Now, another extraction district here. 136 froze to death in New London. That's not what we like to see. You want a deep deposit? You have 255. Abandoned coal mine. Just kind of balancing some resources while we're trying to get this old dreadnought up and running. To really supply the future for us. So we got the graveyard expanded. Let's pop out. The Old Empire. An Imperial freighter. The wreck of a mighty freighter marked with the colors of the Old Empire. It is the only wreck we see facing away from and not toward the coast. It seems to have collided with another vessel and partially sunk, but fortunately enough remains above the surface to be salvaged. An outpost here can increase our supply by 200 materials until it deposits 2.4 million. That's a lot. The Royal Navy. We located a wrecked ship lodged on its side, encased in a massive block of ice. HMS Atlanta? That's not how you spell Atlanta. Atlanta. Barely legible on the aft starboard hull. We were unable to get inside, but we found a jagged hole in the engine room. It was full of coal and not much else. The place made our scouts quite uneasy. We noticed that our compasses were behaving erratically in the vicinity of the wreck. Probably best not to linger here. We'll come back later. Got me a little leery. It's a deadly over there. A little leery in terms of the compasses. I don't want to lose any of my Frostland squads. Get speed 2 rocking and rolling. Let's take a look at what we might be able to do for our city. Yep, cycling durable goods. City development effort. Okay. Really looks like we're not able to do anything in that regards. I would like to get more housing up. So let's get a housing district. I think you get a bonus by being close. We'll continue to fill out this crevasse with some houses. I have plenty of food. I need goods. Goods. So if we look at an industrial, nope. Output coal. Is there any goods? How do you make goods? Moss filter. What do you do? Decrease squalor, increase heat demands, teaching, a research center. Tensions, crime, extraction, no. Salvaging output. So you don't really want to go anywhere, do you? That's what I need, though. No available building slots. So if we go to extract... Back over to our extraction. Is a deep resource of food. Infinite. Deep melting drill building. Okay. So we will cross break some of this through here. And some of this through here. Really kind of open that up for us. Let's jump back over to our old dreadnought. I have a whole boatload of oil. Not really stockpiling a whole lot, but what that's going to allow us to do would be to transfer a couple more. Make sure that our folks aren't freezing back home. So we're going to do 33. Let's see what kind of other transfers we can do. We don't have materials. So we'll get materials headed back this way. And keep 5 on the Barbie. You have a surplus of heat. Why is it so dangerous? For a few years, flowers appeared in this field that seemed to have adapted to survive in the frost. Then the whiteouts blew the last of them away. Only weeds remain. Weeds is more than what appears to be everywhere. You're building another district. Amazing. So that should be enough homes. The right tools for the job. City development efforts. Steward. Some of service workers aiding our prefab production are asking for better tools. It don't make a lick of sense. We muck around with basic tools, while advanced machinery sits idle, waiting for operators, said one volunteer. Full-time workers are wary of the idea. It takes training to use these machines safely. Training these weekend workers just haven't got, said one veteran high-torque bandsaw operator. Should we let these volunteers use professional equipment? I'm one for you have to know what you're doing when you're working with power tools, so I'm going to go with that. And not allow. I'm just going to preemptively demolish this coal mine because I am completely out of coal there. And it is cold as all shit here. So I got to find some more oil. I think we take the coal back. Hopefully no disaster strikes. Okay, so we are working on the pump jacks. We're gonna go to speed 3 while we wait for that. We are satisfied in heat here with a +2. 134 people froze to death. That's not what we like to see. We are barely staying warm. Okay, so there's my coal. The coal hit, and we're about to lose it all again. A Lux. That's a hard word. Stewart, a young, eccentric inventor, brought us a prototype of a lamp generating an almost endless supply of light by storing what he calls solar fluorescence. Look at this lamp. Look at this. A lamp that never runs out. It doesn't need servicing or replacing, and the power can be redirected to other functions, he said, excitedly. He is asking for funds to produce it on a large scale and benefit all citizens. Should we finance? I think we finance it. It's going to kill our production a little bit, but it's also going to make our goods need decrease substantially. We're going to get even colder. I got to get this pump jack going. Frozen Sea has been explored. Let's get hydraulic pump jack here. And a... requires 348 more workers. I don't have enough workers. Let's see what we got in the Frozen Sea. A fishing trawler with a full catch is locked in ice. A logbook in the hold suggests the vessel originally hailed from somewhere called Canada. But we have no idea where it has been since. The catch may still be edible if people in New London have strong stomachs. Nomad exiles. These peoples are shunned by other nomads. They are tight-lipped about exactly what happened. They are willing to integrate with our communities if we let them start a fresh life in New London. I don't know. You are a little suspect to me. Deadly. Dangerous. Build a scout out headquarters or pass the Pathfinder. I'm just kind of looking around, see what we got. Tell you what, I think I'm going to put a pin here. If you have made it to this part in the episode, again, I really appreciate you. If you did like the video, please leave a like. Leave a comment on where you think we should explore next. Do we go north to some of this dangerous, deadly area? Do we go to the gorge? Or do we go south, the Highlands Mountains, the meadows, more mountains, and then some coast? I look forward to see what you think in the comments down below. And I do appreciate everybody. And I'll see you in the next episode.